Does, because Tanner gives you a little bit of everything. So it'll be interesting to see how this team bounces back.
Underway at Nissan Arena in Brisbane, and the Bullets have started with possession.
Into Goulding, he's the one responsible for the contact. The block charge play is the only one that we can actually reverse on review.
He fires, it's off the mark. Well done, Baines. The offensive rebound, ball slapped out of his hands, regathers, goes with a hook shot and opens Brisbane's account. And now Baines around the perimeter, hands over to White and gets it back, although the pass just eluded him. Here's Tucker in the open court, adds another 2.
Need to look at Aaron Baines early to not get those 3-second calls.
Average 16 turnovers a game, Brisbane, the most in the competition, as Tucker wheels down low and adds another 2 to his tally.
But he's also got guys on that bench in the form of Daryl McDonald, Reese Carter, who have really gotten his ear just to help him be a better pro.
Almost 3 minutes played here in this opening quarter, and that's a little better from the Brisbane Bullets.
So far from the Bullets' point of view.
Well, right now, they came out with nice energy as Goulding lets one fly and drains it. That's a bad sign. Defensively, Sobey was trying to dictate it with some physical play, but unfortunately, those turnovers and the carefree approach with the ball are just killing them. But overall, you know, the intent does look much better, as Jenny mentioned earlier, but Tucker just keeps getting on the rack.
Event, especially on the break, and Damon mentioned it earlier, when he gets some speed and behind him and heading downhill, he is almost unstoppable. And look at that mateship.
Clean it up either. And Tucker pushes the ball quickly up the floor to Marcus Lee, who turns and takes Harrison on, gets the 2, draws a foul.
Who said that?
Yeah,
I'm not so sure. You. Look at the footwork of this guy. Very nimble. Put Terrell Harrison under the paint.
It's a pretty good one.
So Brisbane with their hands full early. They've coughed it up again. Turnover number 4 for them. Xavier Rattan-Mays hands off, and an easy finish there for Brad Newley to get in on the act as well. So it's a 12-point lead. Almost lost the handle. Harrison, he's effective when he gets the ball. And as you can see from close range, he is hard to contain. Rattan-Mays to take a shot in the game. He's going to change that now and come up with his opening score. Confronted there by Harry Froling. Aquera decides to fire, and that's all the bottom of the net as well.
The unassuming David Aquera.
I don't think the style of play has suited Harry. Brisbane are second in the competition in pace, and that just really doesn't suit his game much. Last season in Illawarra, and obviously the coaching instability here hasn't helped his situation at all either.
Sobey comes up with his first score in the game, just his second shot. To see him a little more heavily involved at the offensive end. Rattan-Mays steps beyond the perimeter. Froling showed him no respect at all, and he said, well, take that.
You're taking on Harry Froling, not the quickest off step, and especially guarding someone like XRM, as we see Sobey doing Sobey things and going downhill and getting one on the rack as well.
Johnson back to Gack. Extra pass, Statton guarded by Newley. That's the young and the old at it there. Pass was ambitious. Gack did well to reel it in. Feeds Baines for the flush. Or Sobey exploring. Wanted Gack involved. He was cut out, and here's a good chance for Rajon Tucker to add to the tally for Dunkuary, and he does just that. So 11 here in the opening quarter, and Melbourne have their highest scoring opening quarter of the season.
Stumbled onto a new clever way to cherry pick. But if you run into a screen at the three-point line and stay down on the floor and they get the rebound, you can just leak out. As Baines puts the finishing touches on another one.
3-ball on this occasion wouldn't work. Kept alive. Here's Tucker once more. He's everywhere at the moment. He adds another 2. He's got 13, and United have got 34 here in the first stanza.
And of those 6 turnovers for the Brisbane Bullets, Melbourne United have come up with those 10 points.
Hilly had the ball knocked away. Harrison was good at the defensive end. Tyler Johnson works baseline. Well done. Good look inside from Sobey to find Harrison for the finishing touch. Couldn't make it fit. Well done, Illy, to keep it alive with the offensive rebound. Rebounds were 8 apiece coming into this second quarter. And there's a danger man you just cannot leave alone.
CG, the most patient scorer, I think, in the league. Can go so quiet, take one shot as Terrell Harrison gets another bucket on Marcus Lee. And that was a good box out then by Jason Kadee. He got caught in the rotations. He had no choice but to box out the 7-footer and drew a foul.
Harrison from close range, worried out of the points. Gack looking for the clean-up too, and opens his scoring account. Melbourne with another opportunity here. Just 1 of 4 from the field since quarter time, but Golding is equal to the challenge.
With 7.5 minutes to go in the second, you potentially want to push and try and get him into that third foul.
Well, it's hard to contain, isn't it?
An unfortunate basketball play.
Peatling cleans up his own mess, goes back to the left hand and rattles around, and he's got his second field goal. Little Boomers versus Tall Blacks action there. Kadee got beyond Golding, down low, rattled around the rim and jumped out. Baines with a clean up too. He's got 12 now. Only Tucker with 14 has more in the game. Tucker works on Andrew White, lost control, ball spills to Sobey. Kadee peels off, joining him Mitchell. Sobey goes solo, good option as he gets the 2 and draws a foul.
Over dribbled the life out of it that time. As we look at the Amy replay and see Sobey also getting downhill, which he does just as good as anybody in the league.
And that's what Brisbane love to do. They love to force the turnover.
Guarded by Kadee. Now in red numbers, the shot clock. Illy exploring, found a way down to the baseline and came up with a finish. His first points in the game. Aquera gets the loose ball. Shot clock to 1. Golding flying through the air. Can't convert. Lee gets the offensive rebound. Tucker decides to let fly. They were overdue. It's overdue. Let's lob it down low. Here's Mitchell working on Aquera. Hustling up down in the low block, and the finish was nice. His first points in the game. Now Ratan Mays. Mismatch here against Gorjok Gak. Likes his chances. Throws it up in the air. Lee says, I'll finish that for you. You mentioned the block shots, and just a good fit, particularly for this man, Ratan Mays, who wheels into the paint and comes up with a 2.
Vintage.
With obviously 9 players coming in and being able to contribute and be valuable as well.
Tucker against Baines. Animated again as Illy from the corner. Worrying signs here at the start of the second half for the Brisbane Bullets. Yet to add to their halftime tally. Shot clock to red numbers. Mitchell elevates and splashes the 3. Tucker just lost it. Overbalanced. Coughed it up. Here's Kadee. Past Golding. Sobey. Finds White, the trailer, and he knocks down. Got there eventually. Baines with a solid screen there on Golding. Mitchell, who's ready to go, knocks down another 3. Margin cut to 14. Base is the word, in case you're wondering, for the Hungry Jacks. The code word is base. Thanks to David Aquera in the second. Here's Baines for the triple.
Okay.
Turned away by Marcus Lee, who already has 4 blocks in the game. Here's Xavier Ratan Mays. He will break the drought.
You miss a layup up one end and then you give up one on the other end. When things get a little bit tough, what will Brisbane do? It looks like they've responded. How do you see it down there?
Yeah, it looked like they were patient on offense, and I thought that last one, so big, gets the bounce.
Still yet to score in the game. Hands over to Kadee. Single digits on the shot clock. Guarded by Brad Newley. Too nimble for Newley from close range. Adds another 2. The margin has been cut to just 8 points. In the first half, they're 4 of 4 in this quarter. And starting to heat up. This man's overdue. And Johnson now opens his scoring account and cuts the margin even further back to 6.
He had to sit early with those 3 fouls, giving Bainesy a much-needed rest, but he's going to have an impact as well for the Brisbane Bullets on both ends of the floor.
Tough from Rage on Tucker.
Spot on. You don't want to be taking quick shots unless you got yourself a bit of a lead. That is good ball movement. They punish the zone. They set a screen in it.
Johnson feeds Mitchell. Both reluctant to fire. Sobey gets involved. With the shot clock at 5. Took on Newley.
Pass.
Got it to White for the finishing touches. Had trouble reeling it in. Eventually found the handle. Gets Sobey involved. Johnson. Feet set. Looks good. Is good. 2-point game. Here come the Bullets.
Yes, the jump ball's on the out of bounds. You can't challenge that.
Well, they restarted quickly, and Golding peels off the triple.
It's just consolidate, like you said, Jen. Finish off this 90 seconds. Let's not lose our head here.
Golding with 14.
And not let this guy get loose.
Loose ball found by Illy, and now Tucker, who gets a look at the 3 as well, and he knocks down the triple.
Never fail.
They've got to be able to capitalise on, hold strong here, and finish off the term.
Golding baseline over Harrison, helps himself to 2 more. He's got 19 in the game, Chris Golding, including 8 in this term. And the tip-in wouldn't work, though, for Froling either. Here's Rajon Tucker, hard to contain in this scenario. And he wants the 2, draws a whistle. In an eventful game, Baines against Lee, been a good battle. Baines muscling up against Lee, just shoves him out of the way, helps himself to 2 more. 17 now for Aaron Baines to equal his season high.
Bully ball Baines, give him to him on the block, let him put a little chicken wing in the guy's chest and shoot a little baby hook. He can get that shot off whenever he wants.
Jay Illy in the corner, drills the triple. After a slow start, Tyler Johnson starting to come to the party. Scoreless at halftime. Busy in the third with 8, and now he's into double figures. To margin at 10. Baseline exploring. Kadee comes up empty. Baines, the offensive rebound and the putback. A new career high for Aaron Baines, who's got 19 along with 9 boards. And they continue to knock down the 3. 12 threes at 39% for Melbourne. It's Baines once more. Inside, helps himself to another 2. Got it back to within 2 in that third quarter. On the back of an 11-0 run. And Sobey dumps it. Froling went back to Sobey, not expecting the pass. They've coughed it up. Could be expensive. Illy takes on White. Talked out of the points. Golding for the clean-up 2. Harrison, and he goes and retrieves it again. Shot clock to single digits here for Tyler Johnson. Pass Tucker, confronted by Peatling. Feeds Andrew White. Good look. Knocks down the 3.
Melbourne United now with 4 minutes to go in a 7-point lead. They just have to execute and get the right shot, and XRM straight downhill.
New career high for Aaron Baines. He's got 10 boards as well as Sobey goes solo, adds another 2 and cuts the margin to 7. Tough run for them, and they've got another rebound. 31-27 is the rebound count, and at the other end it is all happening.
We are right back to where we were. 3-minute game. And another XRM layup.
And draws a whistle as well as he was collected high, so a chance at a 3-point play. 49 to the Sydney Kings on Wednesday night in franchise low performance. Illy fires, shot clock going off in the background. He makes the 3. The clock is the friend now of Melbourne United. Golding, Sobey, his middle teammates at the Olympics. Here's Peatling pushing Spark out of the way and helping himself to 2 more. They sure have. Tucker into the 30s again. Here's Mitchell going solo. Good option from him as he gets a quick 3. Melbourne reached the century, lead by 10. Been a brave fight back from Brisbane right to the close here. Baines tries to tip in. It wouldn't work, but they were tough all night. Melbourne have got the job done, though.